Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today, we are using the Mega Mewtwo team once again with Mega Mewtwo, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Kartana, Nihilego, and Groudon. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go checking them out. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. So, Mega Mewtwo X, it's been doing some alright work. It hasn't been as bad as I thought it might be, but I think it's actually pretty decent. Its stats are actually pretty good. We just haven't been able to bring it as many times as I would like, and we haven't really faced too many Pokemon that Mega Mewtwo X could maybe have the advantage of, but I'm hoping we can get some matchups where Mega Mewtwo can put in some work. We got Quinn as our first opponent, 1651 rating from Canada. Finally, one of the standard Zerndon teams, but you have a Bronzong, which screws on me immensely. How do I be well, I have a Groudon, I guess. Do I bring... Okay, I think I don't bring Fini, right? Not bring Fini against a Bronzong is really bad, though. I think I go Nihilego and Incineroar as a lead with Mewtwo and Groudon on the back, because I think that's the best play. But oh man, that Bronzong's gonna create issues. Z Trick Room with Hypnosis is gonna be frustrating to deal with since I'm not bringing Fini. And I have to bring these four. It's my best Zerndon answer. I bring Mewtwo to help deal with most of my opponent's team. It helps with the Dawn, it helps with the Incineroar, it helps with the Salamence and Xerneas and Fini with Poison Jab. I need Incineroar because I need Fake Out Pressure and Intimidate. I need Groudon because of the fact that Groudon's my best answer to a lot of these Pokemon. If it's Bronzong, I'm hoping that the Groudon is slower, which actually could benefit me if I can get out of Trick Room safely. So we'll see how this goes here. Definitely could be a hard matchup, for sure. This isn't exactly a walk in the park. The Bronzong makes this actually pretty difficult, so... hopefully we'll be able to pull through, but let's see what Quinn has got. We got Incineroar Bronzong coming out. Yeah, recognizing that the Bronzong's a really big threat to me. We would go Nihilego plus the Incineroar here. Let's see who is Incineroar's faster. Gonna be my opponents, okay. So there's probably a Fake Out in my Incineroar and the Z Trick Room. I have no way to stop that, unfortunately. I could take a KO on the Incineroar, but that's a bad play because that means the Groudon on my opponent's side would get a free switch in, and that would be terrible for me. So better to just go hard Dawn and Fake Out. This might come down to a game of sleep. Gonna Fake Out the Bronzong. I have no other play. I'm trying to think of what my opponent's last two Pokemon will be. I'm guessing it's not going to be Xerneas. I think it's Groudon for sure. And I'm thinking Salamence might be that last Pokemon. Because maybe my opponent goes to the Trick Room route here. Instead of like a Geomancy late game sweep. So let's see here. I will bring out the Groudon. I think Salamence Groudon would be very solid for my opponent to have in the back too. Let's see what my opponent does. Probably just Fake Out in my instant. Unless you don't want to risk a speed tie, which is understandable. I just don't see a reason not to. Yeah. Goes for the Blind Hypnosis in Incineroar, so that's amazing for me because that means my opponent... I don't get why he went for the Blind Hypnosis turn one. I think it was unnecessary, but... okay, that works. I get a Fire Punch off into Bronzong, and I get to U-turn out the Incineroar slot because Incineroar can't protect. Even if Bronzong switches out into Salamence, that's fine. It's actually the Fini, so I could have went for Blades. Okay. I don't mind this trade though. I'm gonna get some damage into Fini and I get a U-turn out for positioning. It's not too bad. Ooh, Misty Seed. Okay. Wonder if that means I could go for the Precipice Blades on game sweep then. Fire Punch into the Fini. That did nothing. U-turn gonna come out. That means Groudon's coming out. I don't need Nihilego at this rate because Nihilego is not doing anything. Because it's not Xerneas in the back. It has to be Groudon. Bronzong gonna come out. U-turn. I'm gonna go Nihilego here. Is my play to... okay, I'm thinking Instant comes in. And Well, Bronzong doesn't carry Protect usually. Feeny set up the terrain for me, which is actually really good here too. So I can't get put to sleep. I'm gonna Fire Punch the Bronzong. The question is, what do I want to do with my Nihilego? I could Z-move the Bronzong and double up that slot, and I actually really like that play because of the Bronzong. Since we saw Hypnosis, it probably doesn't have Protect. You want to assume Trick Room and Skill Swap, or Gravity is the last two, I think. I'm going to double up the Bronzong slot with the Z and Fire Punch, because if we pick up a knockout, we deny Trick Room, which is amazing for me. So Incineroar going to come out once again. I could have picked up a KO on that slot, but I feel like I have so many answers for Incineroar in general, it's not worth it to me. So I'll go for the Z and I'll go for the Fire Punch right here to double up the Bronzong, and hopefully we can get this off. Hopefully we can get this KO. If it's Heatproof Bronzong, that changes the game immensely, but like I don't think it's too bad for us. Because there's not really like much that these Pokemon can do to Groudon, right? Like my opponent's only Groudon answer that my opponent brought is my opponent's Groudon. Of course, it's going to depend on if there's a skill swap involved with the Groudon, but we'll find out, I guess. Respectable Chip, Fire Punch. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so Bronzong goes down, which is beautiful. And Mewtwo's looking really good in this end game. Mewtwo's looking really good too, yeah. Groudon gonna come out. And the Feeny doesn't have to seed anymore, so Sludge Bomb is a very viable play into the Okay, so it's gonna come down to this Groudon set, like what kind of Groudon it is. That's definitely gonna be a question. I don't need Nihilego, and I don't need Incin. I think I'm just gonna go Incin here and get some damage into the Groudon slot. Yeah, I'm gonna get some damage into the Groudon slot. It's definitely, I think, my best play, because I'm not sure if you fake out the Nihilego when the Groudon's the big threat. Although the Groudon switching out might be obvious. Like, even if I lose both these Pokemon to Precipice Blades, I get a free switch into Groudon plus my Mega Mewtwo, and that would be pretty good for me, I think. Incineroar's going to retreat, so nice play on my opponent's end. Saving the Intimidate. Here comes Feeny. Wonder if this is going to be Blades or Swords Dance, which is what I'm more scared of than... I'm more scared of Swords Dance. It's just Precipice Blades, which is fine. Will this knock out Incin is a big question. Because if it doesn't, that's pretty big. Nice, okay. So now I could go... Yeah, I could go Groudon here, click Fake Out, and Precipice Blades, and there's not really a switch my opponent has. Like everything, like Groudon's in range of Precipice Blades, I think, as long as I hit. The Groudon's at -1 on my opponent's side. Incineroar could come in, but that's fine too. So yeah, I'm gonna Fake Out and Precipice Blades. I don't think there's a reason not to. As long as I hit my Blades, I should be able to win the game. And I just need chip damage on the Groudon, like realistically. Groudon gonna Protect, which is fine. Fake Out into the Feeny. And I do get Precipice Blades. I'm faster than a Feeny, which means I probably should be faster than the Groudon. It depends, because I don't know if this is Min Speed Feeny or not. But I get a lot of damage in the Feeny, which is beautiful. I think it's better to save... It's better to save the Incineroar for Intimidate later in the game. I think I might as well just Precipice Blades and go to Mewtwo. That way I can get -2 on the Groudon. Or -1 if Groudon switches out here. So we'll go Mewtwo and Precipice Blades. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. I think my opponent has to go for the dodge or go Incin here. Stays in with both. I hit both Blades. That should secure the game. Yep. Okay, nice. We quit the Groudon. I don't know how much that really mattered because it was already super weakened. So Feeny goes down as well, and we're not intimidated, so I don't think that mattered. But in the end game, Mewtwo won regardless. So we'll just switch out to Mewtwo, I think, and go for Precipice Blades, because single target Precipice Blades will be able to knock out the Incineroar, I think. I don't know, it might be close, but I might as well just go Incineroar, because there's not really a way I could get punished. Like, Incineroar shouldn't be able to solo a Groudon and a Mega Mewtwo X. So nice. Match is going to be forfeit, so we are going to be able to take a win in the first episode, which is beautiful. I think we had a pretty solid start to that game. We were able to, well, one, we dodged hypnosis, which was really good, but my opponent decided to risk it with a blind hypnosis. So we were able to get a switch into Groudon. We were able to provide pressure. I think my opponent just only bring the Groudon as a answer to my own Groudon was like a huge factor. My opponent set up Misty Terrain also, which was great since I didn't have to worry about blind hypnosis, and I denied the Trick Room with that double up into the Bronzong slot because it would have either KO'd every Pokemon that came out on the field regardless, or like I would have got like huge damage on my opponent's Groudon where I put in range of probably a Power Gem for the future turn. So no matter what, I was in a really good spot from that position. So we haven't. Like, we brought Mewtwo to a few games, but, like, I feel like by the time we're sweeping, like, we're ready for the Mega Mewtwo, right, to put in some work. Like, the game's already pretty much over. Like, we're already in, like, the position. Like, sure, I could maybe go more aggressive to Mewtwo and just play, but, like, I feel like, it would be bad, right, if I just prioritize showcasing Mewtwo and throwing the game instead. So yeah, like I want to make sure I put positions where Mewtwo can win, but by the time like I already weakened my opponent's team so much, which is unfortunate. But hopefully Mega Mewtwo X gets to showcase. We do still have a few more battles with this team. We have this episode and then how many? I think we still have 3 more after this. So Mega Mewtwo should put in some work, and it's definitely been putting in a good amount of work so far. I kind of want to see a Poison Jab of Xerneas too. I think that would be very fun. But yeah, of course we did have that Mega Medicham team, and that Mega Medicham, man, that did so much work. That Poison Jab did so much to Xerneas. But we're using Mewtwo right now. I wonder how much regular Mewtwo does, because regular Mewtwo doesn't have the highest attack stat. It goes from like 100 attack, I think, like 100 base, 101. It's like something like that. It's a 190. That's insane. And it gets more stat increases as well. Like, that's just insane for a Mega Pokemon. But yeah, it's taking a while to find our second game, so we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Martin from Italy, 1599 rating, as our next opponent with the team of Xerneas. Oh boy, Nihilego has a lot of fun against the team. We got Xerneas, the Incineroar, Kangaskhan, Ferrothorn, and Shedinja. This is really bad for my opponent because I feel like the only Pokemon that actually touches my Nihilego is the Ferrothorn, and you don't want to really bring Ferrothorn against my team. Luckily, there's no Soak Pokemon, so Shedinja is a lot easier to handle if my opponent brings it. I feel like my opponent might, just because like he might try to cheese the way for your Xerneas or Ho-Oh. Definitely think the safest lead for me is the Mewtwo. Well, no, it's not Mewtwo. It's Nihilego plus Incineroar for sure. I have Groudon in the back. I want to say it's the Feeny is the right Pokemon. Because we have Haze, which is nice. We got Madness. Yeah, because Mewtwo doesn't switch in well to this team. Kartana also puts in a lot of work too, now that I think about it. But I feel like healing Groudon is actually really good against my opponent's team. So we have a lot of Xerneas answers. Ho-Oh can be a problem though. Depending on the Ho-Oh set, if it has like Earthquake or Steel Wing, that's a problem. So, wow, this music is very light. Oh yeah, it's the Sinnoh theme. Why did I put the Sinnoh theme? Oh well. Sinnoh Legends theme. Oh well. Kangaskhan Xerneas. Okay, so my opponent's gonna try to power his or her way through. So Nihilego and Incineroar. There has to be something for Nihilego, right? This team just loses to it otherwise. They shouldn't have Aqua Tail. I think it's Iron Heads or Stomping Tip or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go for the Clear Smog and the Sludge Bomb because it's not even boosted yet. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb the Xerneas slot and I'm gonna U-turn to Kang because I could get a haste situation off, I guess, with Feeny, because Feeny is very expendable in this matchup. It doesn't do anything against my opponent's team, so Incineroar is more valuable, having to Intimidate for Shedinja as well as the Ferrothorn. Yeah, so even if you try to Geomancy, it's not a big deal. Like, the only thing I'm worried about is the Xerneas has Psyshock. We're gonna see the switch to Shed though. Okay. And Protect. Okay. My opponent's definitely going for some ally switches if I've ever seen it. I'm gonna go Feeny here and Sludge Bomb the Shedinja slot. Do I even need damage on the Xerneas if it's ally switching? Not really. I feel like he's definitely ally switching, right? He or she's definitely ally switching, right? Do I need immediate damage on the Xerneas? The answer is no, because even if you ally switch, the Power Gem puts in range of Sludge Bomb afterwards. So I think Feeny's fine. Because I have so much bulk into the Feeny. Like, I have a lot of Spadef. We'll go Feeny here. And Power Gem. Because it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'm getting damaged somewhat. Yeah, it's ally switch. So I got Sludge Bombed. Like, I called it, but like, there's no reason for me to make, Sludge Bomb in my opinion. Because I don't gain anything, like, super immense. And wow, that Xerneas is bulky. That took a lot better than I thought. I just haze here, right? And clear smog. No, if I lose Nihilego, I lose the game. I'd rather go instant and haze. Instant the right play. Do I just protect? No, it's because I want to make sure I don't lose to Shadow Sneak into Moonblast. Because I'm pretty sure I'll live it. I'll haze here. I can't risk Moonblast into a Shadow Sneak doing too much to Nihilego and then losing to the Ho in the end game. So I'd rather go instant here. Let's see what my opponent's gonna do. Like, I could have went into instant. I guess I could have went instant in the last turn. I think that would have been better. Yeah, Sneak is gonna come out. Okay. I think we should have Moonblast. Unless it's modest max. Yeah, we live it pretty comfortably, actually. I probably didn't even have to go instant. So, that's really bad for my opponent. Really good for me, though. We do get a haze off. Nice. And we can go for the knockoff, I guess, into the Shed slot. Go hard Groudon, because there's not really a reason to stay in. Because Groudon can threaten a lot of damage. No switches, Groudon's going to come out. What's the Shed doing? That's the question. It might ally switch again. I could see it protecting, which would be a fine play, which I don't mind if it protects, because I think I'm still in a good spot regardless. And Xerneas is not boosted, so I don't have to really worry too much. Like, I could start going for Blades eventually. Shed's gonna switch out, so somebody's coming in. Incineroar, okay, no Ho-Oh. This game's looking really good in my favor, especially since, like, knock off whatever this Incineroar's holding. Okay, I don't have to preserve Feeny, which is nice. I definitely want to keep Instant alive as healthy as possible. Moonblast's going to come out probably into Instant. No, in the Groudon. Okay, perfect. That did a lot, actually. Knock off. Get rid of the Mago Berry. Okay. I'm going to U-turn out, though. I think U-turn out is a fine play. And just going for the Precipice Blades is fine. Because, like, Xerneas isn't doing any damage to me. Xerneas is going to switch out. Is that Shed? Yeah. So that's fine. A Fake Out's probably coming out here. Ooh, no Fake Out. So I wonder if it's just a hard U-turn. Maybe expecting the Protect from Groudon. But I had no reason to Protect. Like, the Moonblast damage is very negligible. Like, basically Nihilego wins. Oh, that Incineroar's slow. Okay. Really slow. Well, you're not Z-moving or attacking my Incineroar slot with anything unless you have Z fighting for some reason. I'm going to go Nihilego. I hope I don't regret it, but I don't even think I need Nihilego to win this game realistically. U-turn is going to come out for my opponent into the Nihilego. That did a decent amount, actually. But Nihilego has very frail defense. Let's see. The Kangaskhan? I don't think you can go Xerneas here. Yeah. Kangaskhan doesn't have anything that can set up. Still think it's better just to go Instant here. And Fire Punch to Shed. I could Fire Punch anything realistically. I'm gonna Fire Punch to Shed. Shed's annoying. Shed's annoying because it's preventing me from just clicking moves. But yeah, I'm gonna Fire Punch the Shed. I don't think Kangaskhan's like too much of a threat. I go instant here because I get intimidated off into Kangaskhan, so I don't have to worry about it. Then I could double back into Feeny, so I can get the Misty's terrain up, so I don't have to worry about Toxic. Like, that's what I'm going for right now. Because, like, my opponent basically lost. Like, there's not really much you can do. Like, it's going to be a matter of time. The Shed's going to switch out, probably into Incineroar, yeah. I probably should have clicked Blades, but it's fine. Because, like, I get the knockout on Instant. And the Kangaskhan's still at -1, so regardless, we're in a good spot. Unless you faked out my Groudon, but even if you faked out my Groudon's fine. Because, like, Kang is not doing much damage. So, let's see. Let's see me double edge here then. Now you fake out my Nihilego slot? Yeah, because you don't want me to get a Beast Boost potentially if I power jump that slot. We're able to knock out D and Incineroar, which is nice, so I don't have to worry about Intimidate or Fake Out for the rest of the game, which is actually really good here. Incineroar does go down. If Xerneas comes in, I want a U-turn? Yeah, because I live double edge into Moon. Actually, double edge would put me in range. I think outside of Barry, Moonblast would finish me off, so I don't think that's a play. I think I would just sack Feeny in that case. Yeah, Xerneas going to come out. I'm not going to risk missing either. I'm just going to go for Fire Punch into the Kang slot. Because Kang is probably the Pokemon that does the most damage to me. I'm going to go Feeny here. Feeny's not really useful anymore. We'll Fire Punch the Kangaskhan slot. Because once I get rid of Kangaskhan, there's really not going to be any damage done to my Nihilego. So, Feeny. Let's have that terrain so my opponent can't Toxic me anymore. And then, yeah, this should be a wrap. It's a bite. Okay. So, Moonblast into Insane? Are you going to try to Geo? No, you're just Moonblasting. Okay. I guess that could be annoying. Because I do flinch. Doesn't really change anything, I think. I mean, like, theoretically it could. I'm just going to heal plus Fire Punch. You're going to bite and Gleam, probably. But I get a free switch in, which is fine. Oh, you're going to actually attempt a Geo. But, like, what's the attempt at Geo? Are you going to double edge my, Are you going to double edge the following turn? Oh, I do actually hit the Fire Punch. Okay. Because I just Haze Roar the following turn. Yeah, because Groudon's healthy. I can go for the Haze here. He's definitely going for a double edge into the Feeny slot. A Roar should probably just seal up this game, I'd imagine. Yeah, you're double edging my Feeny slot, so that's fine. Thankfully, I made this team, again, with the Mega Mewtwo X, I had to bring so many answers to Xerneas on this team, so that's the main reason why you're seeing Roar, Haze, Kartana knockoff, Clear Smog on Nihilego. Like, I have all these options for the Xerneas because it's Mega Mewtwo X's probably biggest problem. So, we'll roar out the Xerneas. Shed comes out, and then that should be a wrap. Yeah. Because I can go Nihilego now. I think I could Z-move knock out the Kangaskhan slot. Yeah, and I think I will go for that play. Because Z-move should be able to knock out Kangaskhan unless it's bulky. And I'll double up that slot just in case. Unless Kangaskhan has protects. But they're really... I think we should have this wrapped up. I can't really see many ways out now for my opponent. But yeah, as I mentioned before, like I thought my opponent had to go for like some kind of Shedinja stuff to try and beat me. Even though it's really bad against my team, I have literally 3 ways to hit it with the Pokemon I was bringing. So yeah. Alright, this should knock out, I think. And then next turn I can go for Power Gems and Fire Punches. And no matter what, I should have this sealed up. The content of Crush. Crush the Kangaskhan, and then we should be able to break Sash on the Shed. Yeah. Ken goes down. Awesome. Beast boost. And next turn, we can go for a Power Gem Fire Punch, I want to say. I'm Power Gemming the Xerneas and Fire Punching the Shed because I feel like there's no drawback. As long as, like, I get one, I should be fine. Because I'd be able to knock out the Shedinja, or I'd get a lot of damage in the Xerneas, and Xerneas can't Geomancy in front of me right now. It can only Moonblast, and my ground's at full HP. The Nihilego is relatively healthy. Like, there's not really much my opponent can do. So I'm going to Fire Punch the Shed slot and Power Gem. Because, like, if you ally switch, I catch the Shed and the game's over. Well, the game's been over for a bit, but yeah. Because, like, maybe there's a Protect play and the Shadow Sneak trying to 2KO my Nihilego. We're going to see the Shadow Sneak into the Nihilego. It does a decent amount. It really does. But Nihilego has low defenses. Power Gem, good amount. Gleam. I don't even think that will finish off Nihilego. Yeah, not even close. And we'll be able to knock out the Shed. And then we can knock out the Xerneas next turn. And that's going to be a good game. So, Shed. We faced a lot of Shed recently. We have faced a lot of Shedinja. It was actually pretty common at the Pokemon World Championship, which is crazy when I think about it. But we are able to power through. We'll go for the Sludge Bomb and we'll go for the Fire Punch. There's no way for my opponent to win. But yeah, my opponent had probably like one of the worst matchups possible. Didn't have anything for my Nihilego. Literally didn't bring anything. Didn't even bring the Ferrothorn. Tried to Shedinja me, and set up with Xerneas. But this team is so anti-Xerneas setup. So we were completely fine. And then there was like no offense at all from my opponent. Because there was nothing that my opponent could do that could damage my team. So, nice. Couldn't even stall me with Toxic as well because we had Feeney's Misty Terrain. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. Shows your support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description down below, such as my social media, the side series on my channel, and all that good stuff. You can check out the placement of the team if you do want to go try it out alongside me. But otherwise, there are ways to help out this video. If you do want to help support me, there is liking this video, leave a comment down below, and share it with your friends. If you want to go an extra mile, there is my Patreon page and my Twitch channel, Twitch channel, which you can check in the description down below. Checking those out would really help me a bunch. Otherwise, I think that is going to be pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.